Hey everyone, it's Blight, and I'm so excited to be here playing the demo for Pathologic 3. Oh, Pathologic is one of my favorite games of all time. Pathologic 2, for sure. Um, I've played the second one, but I didn't finish it because I'm just not skilled and I don't have the willpower to get through the hardness of it. But I've seen like so many playthroughs and I fall asleep to people playing this game. I love the story. I love the imagery. I love the way it makes you feel. The way that people talk. I love it. So I've been sitting by my computer playing Forager, just waiting for this to be done downloading, and it's finally done. And I don't know how long this demo is, but I'm going to play as much as I can. I'm so excited. So excited. So let's get started. We've got The Bachelor. I've seen someone play this demo, but I only watched like the first 20 minutes of it. And then I went and looked it up and it was free to download. So I downloaded it and I want to play it for myself. This is beautiful. Oh, what button was that? Hold on, what was that? Q. Back's turned, out of scorn, out of fear. And I did get a couple spoilers from watching this other person. I watched Sul Matul play. I love them. They play the game so well. They get into it. They like do a bit of voice acting when they're reading the lines and everything. I love it. So from what I understand, we're in the capital, and that is where that's Aglaila. And she was the what was it? The Inquisitor. I can't remember. I should remember, but I can't right now. I'm just so excited.
It's not the love of living that drives us to overcome death.
Seraphima. Why aren't you at the interrogation yet, Bachelor? You're supposed to be there already. What happened? What's going on outside? What are you looking at?
Like old Professor Luria used to say, every commoner should stick to his past.
Wow, that's a face to look at. Hang on, Chief. Did they summon you because of Thanatica? Thanatica? Will the order to shut the laboratory down be revoked? Postponed? No, I believe I was summoned because of the sand plague. They fear the epidemic might have already spread here to the capital. So we are in the capital. Spectator. So you're that doctor who first discovered this deadly epidemic, this dirt disease. Is it true that it killed off a whole steppe town in a week? 25,000 dead? Listen to me. All of this is just hearsay. Please leave our director alone. He has important work to do. And you, Chief, should hurry off now. Your appointment is at 8. No, answer me this, since you're the one in charge. Is it true or not? You said this disease was already in the capital? I never said that. I said they believe the epidemic might already have spread here. That is what I said. And the bureaucrats are usually wrong. Oh my god, what is that? Oh. Looks like a bone wheel from Dark Souls. Wow. In which the Bachelor says farewell to the hopes and tries to flee the doomed step town. We're on day 8. I may need to... check my mouse sensitivity. Which is going to be on my actual computer. Oh well. Oh, I love this character. I love this. I want to get tattooed on my shoulder or something. You can go no further. Quarantine. Enough cawing. It was I who set up the quarantine in the first place. I didn't recognize you at first glance. You've changed quite a bit after a week in our town. I'm Sava Kremnitis, number 72, the last of the volunteer orderly corps. Since you're here, consider this my resignation. The last volunteer, the last post, the last frontier. How quickly it all came to an end. You promised to save our town, but all you leave behind are ashes and graves. What lies ahead of you is not the step, but a fog of uncertainty. So where will you go now, O man who lost to death? What a way to talk to me, 72. Grow too fond of your mask, abide by the protocol, and stop with the implications. People whisper rumors that only the doctor in town plans to abandon them, to flee. The most fortunate, the survivors, already planned their own escapes. Could they be saved? Yes, I'll take them to the capital. I need witnesses. I couldn't save them with medicine, so I will by other means. Each decision lands to regret the next day, each step the abyss. How can one sleep after that? My nightmares are a personal matter. Nightmares multiply in darkness. It's their nutrient medium, just like blood for a plague. See those bonfires? Those were prepared by my orders to fence off the plague districts. Now they will light my path. The light of salvation burns and then fades, like hope, like someone's life on a hospital bed. Do you think you'll manage to escape? She already follows you, trying to reach you. She just won't let you leave. Not the step fairy tale nonsense about monsters again. You're a fool, Bachelor Dankovsky. Conscience. Of course it's conscience. You cannot run from your conscience, not even on a train. No, you'd be lucky to even board with that train alive. And in what form your conscience assumes is on you and your broken imagination. Sorry for my reading, oh my goodness. You imply that I imagine a horrific silhouette, the hallucinations of a guilty conscience? It's just like neurosis. Come back to where you came from, Doctor. Try to become your old self again. Just don't forget the matches. Enough with your scare tactics. Oh, there it is. Plus G. Oh, that's so freaking creepy. But I love the way it moves. Ugh. be ill. Out. Out. The stench.
Well, are you making a video?
Yeah, I'm playing the game.
Oh.
The day before, in which the bachelor leaves the capital to venture to the edge of the world.
Can we say the things what we normally say? Subscribe and give a big like to our channel.
Thank you.
Channel. Oh yeah.
Okay, what do you need?
I'm just checking if you're doing okay. Carl.
I'm doing okay, Carl.
Hey, I'm gonna show you something, Mom. This is how big my jump is. Do you like it?
I love it.
That's my jump.
Okay. Go up so I can play my game.
Okay.
Thank you.
Mom, did you?
What?
Why did you take off your ring?
Because I haven't put it on yet. It smells gross. I know. It smells gross. Okay. Cool. Oh, I can loot here? A gun. No looting over here. It's really cool. I like this one. Hey guys.
Calling for help, but not high water. If it gets to high water, that's on you.
Do you hear those peculiar footsteps on the stairs? Ominous footsteps? I think they're coming for us. If they catch you here, there's no telling what may happen. You could even be arrested.
What were you expecting? It's been years and I still can't get enough of your white dealism.
Shall I continue? The ruling goes on. You're Thanatica, the nation's only laboratory specializing in novel life extension techniques. Comes across as pseudoscientific wild goose chase, the so-called effective immortality project. Enough, I'm sick of it already. Wild goose chase, that gaggle of ossified dotards. Oh, but there's more. Has, according to a number of scientists including Voronin, Zegler, and Villanovich, achieved scientific breakthroughs. We can skip this part. They're, in view of academic council deeming it to lack any prospects whatsoever, the only rational course of action would be to suspend the research, transfer the laboratory in purview of the Chemistry Institute, and dismiss its staff. I can recite it from memory by now. Perhaps you could retell it in verse, Platon. It would calm me down and put things in a broader perspective. I'd sooner lose a wife, an arm, and an eye than Thanatica. And why does it have to be now? We just got cellular level reaction. I don't have a wife. Given the way you live, you never will. I'm married to my work. Our relationship is loving, mutually fulfilling, and unclouded by rivalry. Actually, there is still hope, Bachelor. If we present them that immortal man from this central step, what was his name? Sheen? Ivan? Kane. Simon Kane. No time, colleagues, no time. They're already climbing the stairs, Dankowski. You need to run. There'll be no commission while you're gone. We'll stall the proceedings. Go and fetch us an immortal right away. We'll tell them you're away on that trip. For once, the red tape will play in our hands. We'll stall reports, audits, you name it, and appeal if all else fails. But if they find you, they'll convene and force us to testify, and we won't be able to wriggle out of it. I agree. If you leave before you're handed the ruling, it's their fault for missing you. But if you wait until afterwards, that's obstruction. They won't miss a chance to hold it against you. They'll use whatever pretext they can. What about you two? Bah, what would they want with us? You're the big name scientist, so act like it. You're the one they need, and that Sheen person is just who you need. Kane. Oh, for God's sakes. Playton, should we toss him out the window? That's it, they're here. Hear the voices? They must be deciding whose head is hard enough to batter down the door with. Get out. The eastbound train departs at 4:15. You can make it right on time. Thank you. I will not let us down. Wait, one last thing. Have a look at this while you're on your way. You've been promising for 3 months already, but you never found the time. It's a tool for studying tuberculosis, the air humidity thing. Remember? Kaufman, Gorksky, Anastine? Right. Those postgraduates with their head in the clouds. It's a long time past we got rid of them. It isn't. They spent 6 months putting this together. It really does respond to humidity, temperature, and air composition. We've tested it on dust. We have more pressing issues right now. Case in point, when is the report S-104 coming in? You know, the cytological... Is he trying to be funny or what? Get out, Chief. Use the back door and don't come back without your immortal. I'll be back in a week.
Did they continue to normalize death?
Wait, just one more thing. One more? What might that be? Take care of yourself, Chief. You're so reckless. Head always in the clouds. You don't really know how to fend for yourself, do you? Do you even care about yourself? As if you're any different, Seraphima. We're all doomed without you. Hey, no crying in the laboratory. It'll be alright. Enough of this. Are you armed? Why, I'm armed with my vast intellect and quick wit. As long as I can open my mouth, they won't know what hit 'em. Daniil, are you armed? I am. At least I can shoot myself with this if I fail. However you even used it, please take this seriously. Best I can do is point it at someone and pretend it's loaded. It might not work on the bears, though. Well, at least point it then. You can be very persuasive. Yes, you should know. He doesn't look like that in real life. He doesn't even have this haircut. This is so cool. They just got bones, skulls. Very pretty. Just put stuff like that. Oh. Made it out.
I'm Daniil Denkovsky, Bachelor of Medicine. My research into the limits of human life has brought me renown. I've devoted all my energy and remarkable intellect to combating the greatest fear that binds humanity, the inevitability of imminent death. Seeking proof of my theories, I traveled to a small, steep town to examine a person of phenomenal longevity, Simon Kane. But I walked into a trap. The moment I
Pathologic 3, quarantine. Real quick, I'm going to, hold on. Bring up the volume a little bit. There. There.
Who's the murderer? Why, you?
Inspector. Let's go back to your testimony, Bachelor Dankowski. Right, my testimony. Let's try to remain level-headed. The ministerial inspection of your lab, Thanatica, began in early September. Your presence was required at all times. Instead, you dashed off across the country to a backwater town to bring back what might be described as clear evidence that Thanatica's work had potential. I did not flee. Yes, this town had an outbreak of some fever the scientific community had no knowledge of. As luck would have it, you were the only medical professional at the site of the event. You were forced to remain there since leaving was impossible. You led the effort to combat the epidemic and evidently took on some of the field research as well. Accurate so far? Well, not inaccurate. The devil's in the details. You seem to be setting up some trap. You did not succeed. A complete failure. It goes without saying that one would be foolish to fault a medical specialist in a situation like yours. The remoteness, the lack of communication, the hostile environment, terrible conditions for scientific work. What doctor would have possibly succeeded in those? No one blames you. On the contrary, many just stopped short of saying I deliberately brought the infection to the capital. Perhaps I should have walled myself in with a lab report pinned to my corpse. Oh. Bachelor. On the contrary, I said I don't blame you, didn't I, Bachelor, for any of it? Did you hear me? Besides the ordinance from last year, what? What? Did something surprise you? I suppose we can't rule out the setup. Too many coincidences. The letter about Simon lures me to the town. No one shows me Simon. The whole place locks down, trapping me. And while I'm left to die, Thanatica is destroyed just before a scientific breakthrough. My final hours are spent studying the sand pest. Crafty, I must admit. I feel as if you're no longer who you are. I look at you and feel frightened, like I'm facing someone who isn't human. What do you want to know? What could I have done? All right. My first idea was quarantine. I needed time to study the disease, so I isolated patients in their homes. No, I isolated entire districts. I tried to get at least a day ahead of it. It was spreading too swiftly, and of course, I ensured that no one could leave the town. Were you always aware of the consequences of your decisions? Ah, you refer to the popular discontent. I didn't need love from them, only discipline. A different surgery can't be performed on a resisting patient. A difficult surgery. That's why patients get tied up, held down, or anesthetized. Every step I took was justified, or the town wouldn't have lasted those 7 days. I spent 12 days in the Gorkin area. I have my file on the desk here. You familiarized yourself with it, correct? Mind map. There's nothing for day 1. Day 2, the immortal mane is dead. The whole stupid venture of mine turns out useless. Plague in town. I've never seen such a disease before. The middle of nowhere town is doomed. They don't even have a hospital. It's as if Simon K. never existed. The powers that be lured me to his town. They knew what was approaching. They're using me. Everyone who could know anything about Simon Kane's death, or if he even existed at all, is dead. The Inquisitor's arrival hasn't saved the town. It has at last broken its spine. The town is beheaded. No more rulers, no more heirs, and the inheritance will be gone any day now. The army is bringing in the cannons. The powers that be have already signed the death warrant. Is it your warrant, Dankovsky, or is it for the whole town? Eva Jan has taken her own life. Because of you, Dankovsky. Of course it's because of you. Spasmi mortis. The town's agony nears its final rest. The plague smiles on its ruins. Last day, Bachelor Dankovsky has suffered a disgraceful defeat. Oh. The Kane family are pompous fools up to their necks in naive esoterics. They must have imagined their immortal Simon. Only if you come visit them, Dankovsky. No need to waste any more time in this dusty little town. No, Simon Kane. I can't meet that supposedly immortal man. You went to the end of the world, chasing nasty rumors, Dankovsky. Some filth creeps down the streets, making the skin of those infected crumble like sand in 5 hours. Never seen anything like it. The crude sprawl has a nasty smell. Do they at least have sewers here? The air has gone black. The factory spews some kind of soot. Olgimsky, their owner, should thank the heavens I'm not really a government inspector. Little boy caught my sleeve, anxious about some mongrel. He should go to the local sawbones. I swore off dealing with animals when I was doing my residency. The local elites are trying to take their emergency measures. They don't have a hospital in the backwater. Ridiculous. The prophet of the Kane family. The Kane last spewed some nonsense about visions and towns approaching death. Didn't listen. She was spouting some shit. Didn't listen. That's good. Maria Kaina promised one of her friends would tell me about the town's fate, but all I found were some drunks mourning a corpse. It's a trap. Can it be that Simon Kane has never existed? Could he have been invented to lure the Bachelor Dankovsky to this backwater? And I know why. People have lost their minds. It's madness out there. Stabbings, tearing clothing off corpses. They say someone important has died. Sandpest is unique. No one has ever dealt with a disease like this. I'm no puppet. They think I'll have to cure the infection if I'm stuck here with it. I never swore the Hippocratic Oath to the violators of free will. Tellman, that rat. Or is it Tellman's doing? What's he doing to Thanatica while I'm locked here? Escape, escape, escape by any means. Any cost. I failed to escape. I was disgracefully approached at the station. The trap has sprung. The plague spreads across the town. I see things in the infected districts, things that are not there. Oglimsky's daughter told me the man who saw Simon Kane last hides in the warehouses. All I can do is go looking for clues. Is cut. The last witness, Stack Rubin, is dead. Heel taps of iron boots. They sent in the army. Do they want your death, Dankovsky, or do they really want... Are they really ready to level down this town, the pest house? The plague has burned almost everyone. Science can do nothing about this disease. It can't be stopped. The lack of thought, lack of power. People listen to the charlatans. They are ignorant, our people. Local dropout. Oh, the Harsbecks, the butcher. Local dropout. Not even a witch doctor, just a butcher, and they still believe him. I love the Harsbecks. The crazy changeling. But the beatific girl who claims she's a saint is even worse. The entrance is boarded off, and it has no bearing on my task anyway. Could I do that for Thanatica? Saw one of the architects of the strange polyhedron tower being questioned. He chose to die rather than relinquish his blueprints. The tower's falling. I can hear the polyhedron creaking. It's going to collapse under its own weight any minute now. The Kanes have no past. A relative of Simon was driven mad. The Oglimskis have no present. The owners of the town's main enterprise are convicted. Tripwires of fate. Yulia, a logistics worker, kept saying she could have prevented it. I don't think she could. She stumbled, and she looked at the work of her own hands, and she saw that her life's work meant nothing. The Inquisitor is a headsman. Half of the town elites are imprisoned, the others hanging in a noose, and still nothing's improved. Hangman. The Sabarovs have no future. The town's governor and his wife have renounced their daughter. Heels clicking. The Inquisitor's arrival will surely restore order. Why did I try? The Governor Sabarov's wife died at the hands of a lousy doctor. Your hands, Dankovsky. The reins are loose. All three ruling families are torn apart, broken, plowed over. The time has cast them aside. It's not looking good, guys. Judgment without a court. The crazed crowd didn't forgive the town's judge for failing to keep the order. "21 grams. Trying to avenge someone, a local woman named Ravel killed the general. The army is mutinous. Crowds and anarchy rule the town. The Miracle Tower tilts, cracks. Eva, the Stillwater's owner, the only ray of sunshine in this audacious town, took her own life. What have you done, Dankowski? What have you not? The local lady was nice enough to let me stay with her. Settled in Stillwater. The sandpest has devoured the whole town. Drunken army goons shoot whichever way they please. Death is victorious. Bachelor Dankowski is dead. If we equal a man to the work of his life, the town is dead. The immortal Simon Kane is dead. Oh, there's more. Polyhedron.
Your talent doesn't have too many admirers. Everyone's against you. Sagler, Villanovich, Voronin. Shall I continue?
Well, why are you looking at me like that? As if you're seeing this for the first time. As if this is the first time. It's not like I've rummaged through your papers. I'm sorry, but what's written here is utter nonsense. This isn't how it happened at all. Alright, let's look at the 5th day. Remember when you seemingly admitted the vaccine was possible? You had volunteers brought to you and inoculated them with sandpest? Are you still with me, Dankovsky? Look me in the eye. Are you here? No, incorrect from the start. Do you intend to provoke me with these preposterous document? What is your goal, Inspector? What is your goal, Inspector? Look at that trembling lip. calm your nerves. The very reason you're sitting here is so that we may find the truth, isn't it? I won't be intimidated. I'm a doctor, a scientist. Do you hear me? I've come back from a hell that phantasms of a nightmare you could never portray. And I worked there as a doctor. Do you understand? A doctor, not an exterminator or an inquisitor, nor a police inspector or army commander. I'm a medical professional. You're an intelligent man, Dr. Dankowski. One with decisive judgment, unafraid to make mistakes and answer for them. I admire you. Enough with the tone. Don't you grow tired of it yourself? Put this on record. The Blackwater didn't have a hospital. Understand? It did not have a hospital. But it did have a theater, so I repurposed it somewhat into a hospital. I studied patients there. Creating a vaccine was the priority. That's what I did. I vaccinated people. You did that each day? Every day? Creating a vaccine isn't as simple as brewing a cup of tea. The disease mutated fast. The scientific community had never seen anything like it. I had to create a vaccine every day. Do you understand? A new one each time. All the while, I had no equipment, no lab. I had to improvise new methods in a matter of minutes. A theater. Let's talk more about the 5th day after you arrived. And I think this is about... Ooh... This is about when I stopped watching the video. Yeah, I don't know about this at all. Day 5, in which the Bachelor winds up the people he has to rewind. Press J to open the mind map. Well, we're on day 5. Yeah, today. Oh, by the way, if you have access to Sonic, like the fast food place, get a Route 44 root beer with vanilla and sweet cream. Oh my god, it's so good. So good. Third one at the hospital, the plague runs rampant. I still hope to find a vaccine, but for now, only the quarantine protects people. Cool. Well, we got people to talk to. Oh. Tragedian. Signor, you're here. Upon the stage once more. The man who made the hospital out of the theater will have his eyes on him aplenty. Do you know what the orderlies behind your back are whispering? I still can't believe that this miserable little town didn't have a hospital until I showed up. And all applaud that you established it. However... I have a feeling that I can't avoid hearing the gossip, can I? When they're alone, your servants whisper thus. They say you have a seesaw in your head. They picture you, a man atop a board, atop a barrel, gun in hand, aiming as you roll and teeter to and fro. A seesaw inside my head. Maybe the rumors have a little truth to them. Extremes, senor. Extremes can kill you dead. One moment, you're mired in apathy, the next in mania. Trying to do everything at once, you're caught between your pounding heart and your two hesitating feet. A man of impulse, yet sometimes paralyzed. That, there, is your seesaw. Hard not to veer into extremes when a whole town is being consumed by a novel disease. As we stand here in the old theater, let me... then play the doctor and prescribe balance, the golden mean, though you may yet be swept to Celia or to Charybdis. I'm sorry with the pronunciations. And even now, what do you feel? As soon as you approach the sick, indifference and gloom begin to burden you. You're exaggerating again. If I were really so depressed as to be catatonic, I wouldn't even have started this conversation. With me you would. But for I am a player, a figment only of your mind. Indeed, Signor, you hardly speak when your heart races, or when your mind has gone too quiet. Is it really that noticeable? The strongest treatment is right here, the same we use to numb the hopeless sick. These drugs may work for you as well, but mind that As you take them, you become accustomed to them, and you'll need more and more each time. I didn't expect I'd be choosing between using medication on a patient or myself. But there are other ways as well. A drink and a smoke, perhaps. Things you may not expect can stabilize you. To warm yourself by the fire or wash yourself in cool water. Even kicking a trash bin in frustration. You will know what happened. You will know what helps you best. You are a scientist, so experiment. Yes, I should be looking to keep myself together with the bare minimum. I can't afford to lose focus when dealing with patients. And yet, it wouldn't hurt to take some pills with you. Who knows what madness lies ahead? Take something from the hospital supplies. Besides the other fronts you struggle on, there is struggle with yourself, senor. What could be harder? You actors do love to exaggerate. Oh. New items. Tobacco? It's believed that cigarettes have a calming effect, but nicotine is a stimulant. Addictive, with each use the effect becomes weaker. But it cures my mania. Ooh, there's a mania side to this. I like that. Camphor. Stimulant. Causes irritation just like everything in this day and place. It helps with mania. Apathy. Increases inhibition in cerebral cortex. In other words, dulls the brain. Sometimes that's exactly what I need. A poison, which is the same as medicine. Invigorating in small doses. Addictive, with each use the effect becomes weaker. What's this? Prototype. It purifies the air of microorganisms with sound at a frequency beyond human perception, destroying their cell membranes. If only it could kill them inside the human body, the device would be priceless. I like this. I like that a lot. You guys want to talk? Is there even a reason to talk? Apathy. Why can't I? Should I take one of these then? Okay. What is he doing? No! Bachelor, stop it! Oh my god. I killed him. I have to go through all this again. Now I can talk to them, though. I think I was supposed to die, I guess. Sava Crements. Number 72. I'm an orderly on the quarantine duty. What are your instructions? What were you doing yesterday? We cleared out this place like you ordered. Remember the size of the crowd that showed up yesterday? You said the hospital's for doctors, not the sick. Oh. No. Or correct. No, this won't do. Allow me to correct you. I said we needed a space to work. I said the sick ward was going to be at the station now, and this place would be a research facility. That was what I said. Basically, those who have the sandpest are beyond help. They're supposed to go to a general sick ward at the station to die. You had us give them morphine, laudanum, lead, and whatever else eases their pain. And the patients you wanted us to bring here were the rare ones who hadn't died within 5 hours and could even still walk. That's correct. They're the ones we're going to work with. I can talk to all of them. Marat, number 28. Started my shift at 10. What's our plan for today, doctor? It's only ever one plan. Every effort goes towards the vaccine right now. We're going to identify the strain. We've been catching those longs as you instructed. You know, the rare cases where they get infected but resist the sand pest for a long time. We've got 3 again for today, over there on the platform of the stage. I hope none of them are faking it. Yesterday you brought in a lot. You brought in no less than a dozen enthusiastic pretenders. I'm here to raise a collective complaint, doctor. These cloaks, they're very uncomfortable, sir, and it makes it hard to use your hands. You can't see a damn thing through the mask. On top of that, we have to burn them every night because each time we've been into an infected area, on the upside, they make you very visible. They also grant you... what can we do? There's nothing else we can use. But the town theater has a warehouse worth of these costumes, enough to last us a lifetime given our current life expectancy. Patients must be questioned, examined, and their symptoms recorded in the casebook. Ooh, is that Harspex? Yeah! Hell yeah, that's my boy. Looks broken, Erdem. Please keep your bare paws off that precision instrument. Made any major advances on the vaccine of yours, Anyan? They say precision instruments help with that kind of thing. Major enough. As a matter of fact, I believe today's work will be decisive. In our situation, every day is decisive, but so far, the days, not we, have been making all the decisions. Wordplay is not your strong suit, Barack. You should stick to quipping in your mother tongue. Hanad Ernie Kershine. What? Yeah, that's much better. I've done the autopsies for you already. Numbers 1 and 3 had gunk in their lungs. Number 2 had it in her bronchia. Hi, what?
What are you doing?
I'm doing my video. What do you need?
I want to be in it with you.
I'm just reading, and you don't know how to read, really. This isn't the one that will be fun for you. I'm just telling you.
Please.
Did you have dinner?
No.
Do you want dinner?
No. Not right now.
Arlo, this isn't the one that you'd be good at.
Please, Mom.
Not this one, okay?
After dinner, can I make a video only me, but you record it?
We'll talk about it.
My movie show.
Okay, thank you. What are you doing?
Blankie. And it still smells like you. Smell it.
Yeah.
I have the sniffles.
Alright, go snuggle.
Bye-bye. And Mom, there's cherries in my drink.
I know, I added them.
Oh, yeah. Makes me want to celebrate my brain.
My daughter, everyone. Okay. And I've got to get her dinner in a second, so I might have to pause for a bit. How long has it been? Oh, yeah. After this, I think I'll pause it, and then I'll come back to it. I've done the autopsies for you already. Numbers 1 and 3 had gunk in their lungs. Number 2 had it in their bronchia. They just keep getting... Are you saying it's pulmonary now? I'm not saying it's anything. I do the cutting, you do the thinking, right? I have my own storyline where I'm going to do what I deem right, and you'll only have a small part to play. True. For your storyline, as you call it, you could spend your sparse time working here, though honestly, I advise you to save those hours for sleep. Okay, I'll talk to these guys next time. Oh my gosh, I'm loving it so far. I'm really enjoying this game. The storytelling, the back and forth with the characters that you know, and, you know, if you've played or seen the previous game already, it's so good. But for right now, I'm gonna, I need to go get dinner for my daughter. And thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you shortly.